had to start again with just my children and my wife, and thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Can you hear me now? I was muted, guys. Well, it's probably good you didn't hear me saying what I was saying anyway. Okay, we'll go round one, round two. Hey, John, how are you guys? Hey, Robin, good to see you. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Are we good? I had to restart everything and rehook everything up. But I can't believe this pardon, which I mean, we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. But at least with the Fifth Amendment, if he gets questioned, if Hunter gets questioned, he can't pull out the Fifth Amendment. And you got screwed by the pooch. You got screwed by your son, Joe Biden, because he can tell all. Now, it is said that Jill was throwing a tantrum, okay, wanting JoJo to freaking give him this damn pardon. Then it's saying that, oh, Hunter had a tell all book that he was going to publish, but he's got an 11-year blanket, an 11-year protection blanket. This goes all the way back to Burisma. If you haven't done your research on Burisma, guys, there's human trafficking. There is so much shit that is entitled into this that this son of a bitch is actually freaking doing and getting away with. If Trump, for 1 second, tried to do anything like this to his children, what would have been the outcome to this? He would have been crucified. Crucified. And that's not just being lied about it. He would have been crucified to no end. We've got all this bullshit going on. Schumer was asked, okay? Let's see if I can find that video of Schumer. When Schumer was something. Y'all guys bear with me. I'm getting back in the swing of this stuff. I've been studying. I'm trying to get my credits so I can get my criminal justice degree. So you guys just bear with me here. Facts about the pardon. Let's hear the facts about this shit ass pardon.
Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the President of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again. I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president? We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows just about when it all started. He's leaving office in complete and total disgrace. He is a liar, and there is no other way to spin this today. This has nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with the character of Joe Biden.
It does. It has everything of the character of Joe Biden, which we've known his character this whole time. He's a liar. He's a cheat. I mean, all the documents that he took, I mean, they chastised Trump. And the only reason why they're not going at him, at first they had no evidence. They had shit. They had squat. They had diddly shit of anything. All they had was bullshit that they push narratives and just enough to make other people believe in a corrupt system. We have the corruptest system. I can't wait for Kash Patel to get up in there and clean some freaking house in this shit. It's about damn time that we have something like this going on with the people, and they're running scared. They cannot stand the fact that Kash Patel at all is going to be in there. But let's get back to Biden's pardon he did. This didn't age very well. I laughed my ass off on this one.
In July of 2023, just after that plea deal fell through, this is what you said. I want to watch.
Do you think a pardon for his son would be a mistake?
Yes, and I don't think there's any chance that President Biden is going to do that, unlike his predecessor, who pardoned all of his friends and anyone who had any access to him. And I think you see that in this case, where he kept on, and Merrick Garland kept on, a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney to investigate the president's son. If there is not an indication of the independence of the Department of Justice beyond that, I don't know what we could look for.
What does that feel like, watching yourself back then, reassuring people that Biden was not going to issue a pardon for his son?
Yeah, and I think that if that plea agreement and that plea deal had gone through, there would be no pardon. That was a satisfactory outcome.
It already fallen through.
That only was. Sorry?
When you reacted, this was when the deal had fallen through. And I hear what you're saying.
The deal would have protected him from anything. So I'm glad that plea deal didn't go through, which it really didn't do any good because we have a shit ass president, a shit ass government that sits there and thinks they are above the law, but they always scream, nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. The hypocrisy, I swear to God, it pisses me off. I can't leave for 2 weeks and just be like, okay, things are going to be, a certain way, Screw that shit. Screw it. Keep using your voice, people. This government is not going to stop. They've even got contingency plans set up for once Trump gets in there. But Trump is backing himself good. He is setting his cabinet up out of protection for himself. So, bitches, come at it. Y'all, I am fired up tonight. I'm just freaking fired up tonight. I am just so pissed off at this system. I am, and you should be too. And the ones that aren't, I swear to God, I don't know what to say to them anymore. I have no idea what to say to them anymore. But Schumer was asked about the pardon and a bunch of other questions. And this is what you guys elected and put in that seat has to say to the American people once again.
Questions? Yes, Bolton.
Do you agree with some of your Democrat colleagues who say that President Biden's pardon of Hunter Biden was wrong or unwise, puts personal interest ahead of duty?
I got nothing for you on that.
Can I follow up on that? Are you concerned with the lack of transparency, lack of honesty around Biden's decision to pardon?
As I said, I got nothing for you on that. Nope. Gonna s-
He's an evil imp.
Thank you. I've got nothing for you on that.
Leader Schumer, but the question is, they've talked about January 6th pardons. This is a playbook for incoming President Trump. Isn't this a problem? Did he not establish a bad precedent for pardons?
I got nothing for you on that. Any other subjects?
Oh my God, y'all, this is what we have in those seats. This is what we have in there. I can't wait till Trump gets in there. I just cannot wait for him to get in there and to change these things. Dude, shouldn't you retire by now? I mean, aren't you married into money and shit like that? Don't you have a plane to catch and get the hell out of our house? Can you do that for us? Because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. Oh, you guys piss me off so freaking bad. So freaking bad. And then, as the pardon wasn't bad enough, Biden today decides he wants to give $1 billion to Africa. And I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to tell you what this is really about.
You know, that's the right thing for the wealthiest nation in the world to do. And today, I'm announcing over $1 billion in new humanitarian support for Africans displaced from homes by historic droughts and food insecurity. We know African leaders and citizens are seeking more than just aid. You seek investment. So the United States is expanding our relationship all across Africa, from assistance to aid, to investment to trade, moving from patrons to partners, to help bridge the infrastructure gap. I was told, by the way, when I got elected, I could never get an infrastructure bill passed.
I'm sure you guys are feeling like me. Okay, we have people freezing in North Carolina. We have people in tents. We have people that need food right here in America. And I cannot believe these people still were going to vote for that Kamala Harris. It was red, but every American, if you were an American, you should have been voting for Trump. That's it, simple. You should have been voting for Trump, period. I still believe that the votes that she does have were the ones where they didn't have to show ID. I still believe if they went back and recounted all that shit, he would have mopped the floor with that as well. But he wants to send $1 billion to that. Let me tell you what this $1 billion is about, people. He's got to invest in Africa. They are asking for investors. I did a story on this 3 years ago, guys, from out the gate. China has found billions and billions of dollars worth of gold. Okay. Now we're into minerals. Okay. These minerals are in Africa, okay? And they want people to invest. They are after the US to invest. So truthfully, he can say it's infrastructure, it's this, it's that. What he did is he just put $1 billion in investing into the minerals, which is probably backing him, backing Pelosi, backing every single freaking one of them. And I'm going to tell you, because this is what they found.
Corner of southern Ghana, nestled within the Kibi-Winneba Belt, a significant discovery has been made, one that could alter the course of not just the region, but potentially the world. The mineral in question is tantalum, a rare and highly sought-after chemical element, found deep within an igneous rock known as pegmatite. The story of this discovery begins with a team of researchers whose curiosity led them to the towns of Bawadze and Mankoadze.
Now, you can go on YouTube, you can watch that documentary. It will tell you all what you need to know, but this has been found. And yes, we know there's a huge amount of cobalt. Do you know 80% of the cobalt comes from there? And we know what they do to African children. We know what the African people do in their bare hands, digging in that red clay to get that cobalt. That's all this is about. They are investing our money, okay? Selling shit and making money. They are just continuously getting richer. They are trying to pull as much money as quick as they can out, funnel it to Ukraine, then it funnels back straight back to the freaking Democrats, straight back to their freaking hands. Every single penny of it. That's exactly what it's doing. Every single bit of it. So you should be pissed. You should be very pissed because that little Oompa Oompa sitting there talking about doing $1 billion there, and we have got people in North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee that are in need. Does this not scream? I mean, do we really need these minerals right now? Do we need them right now? Is there droughts? You know, I don't want anybody starving or anything. But the sad thing is, America should come first. Okay? I'm sick and tired of policing the whole world. It is not our job to police the entire freaking country. America, yes, we are very sustaining. We could be energy independent. Hopefully, that's what's coming back. Everything that we could do here in America, and we make money. The American people make the money. We do not struggle working 2 freaking jobs, 3 jobs. This shit's got to stop. It's just got to stop. I can't wait till his ass is out the door. I mean, are they preparing for him to have an early exit? And Camel Toe's going to pop her ass up in there? I'm just curious about that. I have wondered for the last few days, you know, because he pardoned his son very quickly. And what else is coming? I hope Trump pardons every January 6er, every single January 6er. But one good thing did come today. Fani Willis has got to turn over all information that she has about the January 6th committees and everything. And this is something that should have been a long time ago, a very long time ago. But we have people in North Carolina. And about a week ago, we did a story, and we had some ladies who actually are boots on the ground in North Carolina that are out there seeing DHS coming in and taking these kids because they don't have adequate shelter, because tents is not considered adequate shelter, especially below zero weather. And I get that, but there's no reason why these families couldn't be set up. The tiny homes, I think recently in some areas of Swannanoa, some of the tiny homes are now being allowed. At first, it was because they weren't up to code. Then they were up to code. Second, it was because they wasn't on a foundation. And in some places, they're still not allowed these tiny homes that have been built for them to be set up for these families. It's a temporary situation. It's not a permanent solution. But it is a temporary situation to keep these people and these babies from freezing to death and starving. The American people have jumped in and done what this government should have been doing. This government, you can kiss my American white ass all day long because I'm sick of y'all shit. I am sick to death of it. The American people deserve better. We get up and we work our jobs, we pay our taxes, and that Hunter gets off of his taxes. Doesn't have to worry about his taxes, and it goes back 11 years. Guys, these people they're corrupt. They have gotten so rich. So freaking rich. They're sitting nice in their warm little places tonight while the American people are sitting in North Carolina. And you know why they're not helping the people in North Carolina? You know why FEMA and all of them are doing what they're doing? Because they need those minerals. They need those minerals. We're infrastructure, big guy. You want to talk about infrastructure? Where's the infrastructure? Why ain't your ass out there and all the crews getting out there? They could have already had half this ship built. Half the ship built. Have you seen what just the American people that are leaving their jobs and donating their time? Thousands has already done for North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee alone. And imagine what could have been done if the American people, if our freaking government had got its ass up there and done what with Army engineers. But they can't. They can't do anything without what? That pissant in the White House allowing it. a Title 10. He has to invoke that. Oh my God, just pisses me off. It pisses me off. Well, let's go with a North Carolina update.
Today is November 7th, and I guess this is a little bit of a 40-day update. I'm currently walking along the riverbank here of Swannanoa Valley home, and it looks a whole lot like day one. There is so much garbage and so much debris. It seems like no matter how many people come, how many volunteers show up, which has been a ton, there's this feeling that it's almost impossible to ever have this normal again. There's so much trash and there's so much garbage and debris. I'm literally standing where there used to be no houses. And there's cars and houses piled up here everywhere. And this is just a small stretch. It's all over these rivers. I talked to a lot of business owners lately, good friends of mine, and all of them are getting denied, no matter if they have catastrophic insurance, flood insurance. Everything's getting denied, so they've just kind of been on their own. Talking to a lot of our friends that were affected and lost their house to the storm, they're all getting denied. We have a lot of houses here that are down to the studs that are ready to go, with crews ready to build back. And then our county comes in with a bunch of red tape and condemns the house, or says that they have to reevaluate the floodplain, and it's going to be a while to get through that process. We have a lot of people, a ton of people living in campers, living in tiny houses, and folks bringing RVs and giving up their houses for someone to stay or families to stay. All kinds of little random parking lots. You're going to see RVs and campers. The Amish are here building a ton of homes, tiny houses. School started back a couple weeks ago. They were on a short schedule for a while. Now they're back to regular, and there were 1,048 students that were homeless or displaced. So that's a huge problem, especially whenever a lot of these houses are ready to be built back. They've been gutted, and they're still saying you're going to have to wait a while. It's getting cold. There's really no time to wait for that, in my opinion, but who am I? 90% of the people here that rely on city water don't have clean drinking water. A lot of agencies are saying that could be January, February before that's even a thing again. I'm just kind of blown away that the Army Corps of Engineers isn't here building bridges and getting some of these roads back together. It's like everything that's been done is the people, and they're doing a damn good job, but there is so much here that has to be done. And it's going to take way more than a lot of the resources that we have. It's just the honest truth of it. At least that's the way it feels. One thing that kind of doesn't surprise me, but it still blows my mind every time it happens. I post one of these videos and they get flagged or marked as misinformation. I'm showing you everything. I'm standing right here. I don't understand the motive behind calling this misinformation. I don't understand why there's not government agencies here supplying houses, checking our water, checking for all the toxins. There's no telling what we're breathing in. Every one of our lungs are struggling if we've been down here in it. It feels so much like we're all living in a third world country, just in this area. If you follow the rivers and you follow the valleys, that's where all the destruction is. You can go to normalcy around here. You can drive 20, 30 minutes away and you can see some kind of normalcy. But if you're in the valleys and you're in the rivers, where the flooding was or where the mudslides are, it's a third world country. There's still found. They don't talk about that. I don't have a lot of time to turn on the media anymore, but whenever I do and I check it, it's not there. And I just don't understand the motive of that. Why is there only the people helping? And I'm sure this video will get suppressed. The only reason that they get out is because you guys share it, and I want to thank y'all for that. I know this is totally different content than what you're used to from me if you've been on here a while, but it's important. And I think it's changed every one of us. It would be impossible to live through this and not be changed by it. So this was kind of a 40-day update of where we're at right now. I want to thank you guys for being here, volunteering. You can still volunteer every day except for Tuesday from 9 to 6 at Silverado's. That's 2898 Highway 70, Black Mountain, North Carolina. And I did say I want to leave with something good on these videos, so I'll leave with something good today. And the good is the food. If there's one thing I'm going to miss through all this, it's going to be the cooking. These guys have been in here since day one. They fed thousands. They're just volunteering. They don't have to be here. But they've been on the grill. They've been cooking us briskets, feeding families, feeding volunteers selflessly. There's other stuff that they could be doing, but they've been volunteering every day, and they don't get any credit or enough credit. So I just want to thank these guys. I love y'all. Thank you for listening to the update and me ramble. Y'all keep on fighting, and we'll see you soon.
See, that's what we have to do is we the people. We have to continue to get the information out there. And I agree with him. It's kind of like it's not even being shown. Nobody's there helping. I mean, the American people are together, but where are the big dogs? Where are the big guns? Where are these engineers? What do they expect to do? Are they going to just completely bulldoze? Now, I had done a post about this right after this happened and doing, research. What do they want to do? They're already out there trying to buy property. I truly believe my theory is they want to completely bulldoze these areas because they want the trillions of dollars worth of minerals. At what cost? They believe the American people will grow tired of fighting for their freedom. There are people, guys, when they say these towns are gone, don't think of it as if the town, the building is gone. The people that were in these buildings and in these homes are gone. They're gone. So generation after generation of people who own this land, who lived here and it was passed down, who is there to claim it? I had done a video probably about a week and a half ago showing you that one of the FEMA camps that was set up, they believed that it wasn't FEMA. They believed it was where they were just coming in and counting bodies and trying to figure out who these people were. Do you think it's because they care? No, it is not because they give two shits. Period. They're trying to find out who is still alive and who isn't to claim that land. I'm telling you, they have something called a quick take in North Carolina, and it's already begun. They offer you a certain amount of money for your property. You refuse it if it's not inhabitable water sources. And if you refuse it, you can have it tied up in litigation. And a lot of times these companies step in, these big companies, they will keep it tied up in litigation for indefinitely. And while it's tied up in litigation, do you know they can start building and doing what they want to with that land, even though it's your land and you decided not to take that money? They can start building and doing what they want on that land. I believe what we're looking at is definitely a land grab at its finest. And these people, these are actual human beings, you dumb ass evil people that are after these people's lands that have been in generation just because you want to get your electric vehicles, you want to get your minerals for this and your minerals for that. Most Americans couldn't afford one of your electric vehicles. I like my gas-powered vehicle. I like my gas-powered vehicle that I know that when the shit goes topsy-turvy, that damn car ain't going to come and shut off or come at me or something. I like my gas. vehicle, my older car. I have a 2004 Chevy Cavalier, and it's just fine with me. I don't need your EVs. Now, they may be fun to look at and all this and that, but truthfully, Elon, your little truck that you got, where's the flavor to it? I mean, the Back to the Future DeLorean looked better than that, dude. It really did. But I don't get it. I don't get who's doing your markup, your styling. I really don't get it. It doesn't look right at all. Well, here's another gentleman that wants to talk about that he's actually seen the FBI.
Agents, they got a lot of armed agents, and it's like, well, why do you have all this? Now, we know that they went and sealed off the road that the West Virginia coal miners had cut from Lake Lure. You'd be able to go from Lake Lure to Chimney Rock up the Batcave, because we were staged at Lake Lure when we first got here. And so we were sending supplies all the way around the mountain up the Batcave. Well, those West Virginia coal miners made us a road so we could hop skip up through Chimney Rock, and we were one of the first people taking loads up to it. We got from the new road, and I filmed everything going up so people could see what a good job they did. Well, now they shut the road. They put gates up. They're saying you can't use this road. Someone went down and torn the gates out, and now FEMA's getting a contract for like $280,000 to put cameras, more secure gates, and guards, and they're literally going to do everything they can to cut us off from the people who are running privately ran supply stations like what we're doing. They'll have a hard time cutting us off because they still want some sense of normality for all the people that are safe up in these mountains around us. They just wanted the valley wiped out. They wanted the eyesore, the poor. They want this land. Everywhere.
And the man speaking facts. They want that land. And that's what you're looking at. They believe that the people will grow tired of it. That's why you had FEMA workers. I showed a video the other day of FEMA workers saying that she wasn't going to give any more stuff to this one couple that needed it. They had children because they had Trump signs, which we've been hearing about that. But let's see firsthand what this driver did.
You're in a cult without telling me you're in a cult. You put that crap all over your yard.
This is a delivery driver.
Can't be stupid or crazy. Nothing like defending a rapist. Says quite a lot.
Hey people, keep your Ring cameras on because it's catching a lot of shit. If it wasn't for the Ring cameras, truthfully, we wouldn't know really a lot of the stuff that's taking place. It would just be hearsay. It would be hearsay. But people are actually still out helping, and they're trying to do good things for the people of Swannanoa, which was one of the places in North Carolina that was hit pretty hard, which Ashland was as well.
Where to even begin? There's just so much hurricane damage, literally everywhere you look. I got a message on X from a woman named Sarah. I want to show you. It says, "Hi, I'm in Swannanoa, North Carolina, one of the hardest hit towns. We lost our home due to the hurricane. We're getting barely any help."
Nice to meet you.
I met Sarah outside the trailer she's living in with her husband, 2 kids, 2 cats, and 2 dogs. Like almost everyone here, their home was destroyed and condemned, and they also lost their cars and their jobs.
Everybody that I've talked to says they're getting no help.
Their trailer was donated by a volunteer, not FEMA, and they have to pay for their own porta potty.
I had to rent this so that we would even be able to use the bathroom.
So you have to pay for that yourself?
Yes. Yeah, it's $130 a month to rent one.
Sarah's one hope was U.S. Small Business Administration disaster loan. But then she got this voicemail.
This is a call from the U.S. Small Business Administration about your SBA disaster loan application. Due to a lapse in congressional funds, new loan offers will be delayed until Congress provides additional funding for the disaster loan program. We understand how frustrating this delay is.
What did you think when you heard that?
It's been, we already have it so rough, and to not be able to get the financial and, help that we need it's really awful.
Some just down the road have it even more awful, living in tents and small RVs with no power as winter approaches and temperatures now dip into the 30s.
There's times we don't get fresh meat because there's no way to keep it cold. Because you got to choose between heating the house with a generator, especially the ones who have kids, and keeping the food cold.
Wintertime's coming. These folks cannot be forgot about. Just because you don't see this on TV, it don't just go away. This is not going to go away for a long time. We got to get those folks out of those tents and in those FEMA campers. How's it going to happen?
A lot of the locals I've spoken to are particularly upset about a FEMA compound they say is much nicer than the donated trailers that they are staying in. It's hard to see, but this right here, I'm going to slow down, is the entrance to the compound. There's a lot of security. The public can't go in. We drove up onto a hill behind the compound for a better view, and you see how massive it is. A sea of government trailers. It's so organized and secure. So different from how the people we met are living here.
FEMA's not connecting with the county's not connecting with the state, and you got this big rat race.
Volunteers like combat veteran Robbie Ammons say housing is the biggest issue, and red tape. Families left in tents and RVs because of the permitting process, he says.
Next week, temperatures are going to start getting in the 30s at night. We're afraid of more hypothermia, folks that are living in the mountains, and there's probably going to be more bodies laying around if we don't start getting.
This should infuriate you. If this doesn't change you, you don't got a soul. These are people, you saw the children. And a lot of these people, they have nowhere to go. This has been their home. They have no jobs, they have no cars, they have nothing. And they don't even have anyone in the government doing anything for them. And like he said, the temperatures are cold. Here, I'm in Tennessee. I'm about an hour and a half away from East Tennessee, from where Toa was hit and some other towns, Newport. What is wrong with you, government? These are people. And Biden wants to stand up there today and send $1 billion freaking dollars to Africa? Do you not understand what a little bit the American people have thrown together? People have donated and gotten what they could together for people. Do you not see government? I am begging you, someone in the damn government, get your ass together, get your people together, get your ass to North Carolina and take care of these people. They have worked. They have paid taxes. They have done what they're supposed to do. They're natural born freaking Americans. It is time the American people get taken care of, and not these damn immigrants. I am sick to death of this shit. Sorry, guys, if I'm yelling at you, but I'm not sorry, because I'm sick of this shit. People, this cannot stand. This cannot stand. And everybody's like, well, I know Trump's going to get in there. We have people right now that are freezing. Do you think they're still going to be there when Trump gets in office? Do you really think they're still going to be alive? The children, they are trying to force these people out. Why is it so wrong to want the American dream and to work your entire life? In generations done this, your grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents that has passed these land down through generations so their family could have something to continue to give to the future generations. Isn't that what America is supposed to be about? The land of the free, the home of the brave, where you get dreams come true. Isn't that what America is supposed to be? I agree with him at this point. There, it's like a third world country. It's these people, they deserve better. Congress and Senate, I don't want to see another freaking committee hearing sitting there, you guys bitching. I want to see action. I want to see somebody getting their asses out there and doing what should be done. Has any of you guys ever went down there to see the devastation? Why? It's just like another situation with the border. Your asses wouldn't go down there until the American people made enough fucking noise. Then you guys decided, or when it's election season, oh, I better go look good. I better have a good photo op. You guys need to get the fuck out of the fucking house. Get out of the Senate. If you ain't going to sit back and do your damn job and take care of the American people, we, the people, could sit in them seats and run this damn country hell of a lot better than you ever thought about doing it. I don't know why we don't do that. I don't know why we don't fucking do that. Politicians. That's all you have. Politicians. While they sit nice, eating their filet mignon, eating $30 meals, while families are eating a piece of bread tonight, just so the hunger pains in their stomach subsides. I'm ashamed of America. I'm ashamed of what this country has become. They deserve better than this. And the American people have come together and united. But the people in Congress and the House, you guys can't come together. Just like the lady on the phone, until Congress decides to release more funds. This is all perpetrated purposely. They want the land at any cost. Lives, whatever. They don't care. They want the land. But what I would think is that we do hopefully have some people still there that could do something. These people will not still be alive by the time Trump gets in office. I'm telling you, these temperatures are cold. They are cold, and these people deserve better. Everybody says, call your congressman, call your senator. I've actually called North Carolina's everybody and asked, where is all these 1,100 National Guard? Well, he put a press release out. Well, bet you lied. You lied, and then she wouldn't even give me her name. She wouldn't even give me her name. We can only call our congressmen and senators so much. We can blow it up and constantly calling them, blow the phone line up, continue to do it. But something needs to be done. You're talking about red tape. Have you ever seen a situation to where they would do this? The only time you see them, the government not want to do anything is when they want what you got. When they want what you got. So they'll stop at nothing to do it. But the illegals can have all of this. The illegals, they can get food stamps. They're eating good tonight. Their fat asses are sitting there eating good. Their asses is taking our jobs. Their asses, I can't wait till the deportation takes place. I can't fucking wait. Let's listen to a little bit of commentary from Eric Adams today.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the Board of Czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to?
To hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, you know, because in the state of in the era of cancel culture, no one's afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
Well, it's about time, Eric Adams. I think all sanctuary cities should be completely abolished. Abolished. Okay? I say that because where you come across amnesty, you come across the border legally. That's what that's there for. That's what that's there for. When you have a sanctuary city, it's like, if you get here, and you're going to be safe. That's a double standard. That's setting it up for failure. So, Eric Adams, it's good to see that you got a little spine right there. Just a little bit of spine. Either you're in trouble with a bunch of shit. Didn't you get indicted recently for some bullshit? Which I don't know if it's bullshit. I'm just saying bullshit. But it's about time he does say something. But is it only because Trump's coming in? You see what I'm saying? You see, they're wishy-washy. These Democrats, you guys are all over the place. You're wishy-washy. I want to bitch slap each of you. I want to bitch slap you. Oh, it pisses me off. American people. And then we've got these mayors. We've got these governors that say that they're not going to abide by the mass depopulation. Well, FAFO, bitches.
Basically what the mayor said in his statement, he is going to try to protect the non-citizen residents of Frederick City by not working with ICE, not cooperating with ICE, who is going to come in and they're going to make arrests. He doesn't have the right to do that. It's not his business to do that. ICE has the authority, and they will come into this jurisdiction, come into the city, and pick up the targets they deem necessary to pick up. To me, he's invited more problems potentially by saying, we're going to protect you in Frederick City. We're not going to cooperate. So that could invite, other criminal elements, including criminal gangs, that may think they're safe here by the mayor's comments. We have no jurisdiction in Frederick County to go out and do the job of ICE and to make arrests under the federal authority. We don't have that jurisdiction. We don't have that authority. Our sole source of cooperation here in Frederick County is a 287G program, which is a jail-based program. However, what I see as something we can do as an agency here at the Sheriff's Office is cooperate with ICE if, in fact, they need and ask for cooperation in the sense of logistical support, maybe transportation, maybe a place to work out of, to keep their agents on the street to pick up the criminals.
I agree. But we need to arrest the leaders too. Arrest the leaders. If you're not going to abide by the law, then you get to be in handcuffs too, bitch. It's that simple. But Chicago residents are fed up. They are fed up with what this committee has to say about illegals, about putting illegals first. They are fed up. They have got crime. They have got gangs. I mean, here in Tennessee, we've got the gangs now starting to build. And I do believe that this was the whole plan somewhat. You got AOC. Well, I'm going to go to emails now in her way of communicating with people. I do believe when they come on and they say little subliminal messages and stuff, I believe they are talking to the illegals. I believe they're talking to their army, because I believe that they're illegals that they had to come across the border that were age-fighting men. I do believe that that is their little army that they believe that can do so much destruction to prevent things, deportation. Let's listen to what Chicago had to say.
So, Brandon, you and all these Democratic mayors out here and governors, y'all talking about crashing out for these illegals, right? You all stood up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first. Please please come here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. We want a forensic
Ma'am, I would
audit.
ask that you,
We want
you
a
keep your,
forensic
hold on a
audit.
second, stop her time.
Our mayor is embarrassing us, y'all, around the world. And you all took the power back from him to say the city of Chicago is out of the business of funding illegals. We are out of the business of prioritizing non-American citizens on top of the American citizens who go out in this cold weather every day to make money to pay their taxes.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
Here you are with another gritty property tax hike, trying to push the have-nots to house your precious illegal immigrants. You told Trump you ain't gonna blink? Well, we ain't either. You ain't above the law, and where you gonna run to when Trump pulls that Trump card out on you? I will make it my duty to try to get my gun to perform an Operation Great Lord 2.0 in Chicago and lock all of you crooked Democrats and judges up. And it's just like that.
You guys are pissing the American people off. I mean, do you hear our voices? I mean, I sit here and I yell it and I say it, and I've been doing it for 4 years. But okay, go outside of here and listen to what the American people are saying. Listen to what they're shouting. They are continuously shouting this. We are fed up. We are fed the fuck up. Okay? So let's get this mass deportation underway, okay? Let's get it going. You know, people are like, how could you be so cold-hearted? How could you be so fucking cold-hearted? Well, you know what? I think my tax dollars has made up. I think all the shit this freaking government has put me through the last 4 years is made up for that. What I've seen with the future generations that's going to take forever for us to fix, for those generations to even be able to have something. Yeah, I'm 51 and I didn't expect to have to pull 2 jobs, go to school and do all that shit either. But hey, we have to do what we have to do, right? Isn't that the saying they said we have to do what we have to do? Yeah, we will. American people, we rise above it. That's the thing, because we have heart and we have something that separates us from any other country. We have a constitution. We have freedom. And you try to take that away from us, bitches? Don't even think about it, because we have something to fight for. Because see, now I'm 51, okay? And as millions of other people at my age or older, now when we use our voices, we are trying to save America. We are trying to save the future generations. My kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids, so they can have something, okay? So they can have something left here once I'm dead, gone, seen my Savior, period, okay? I want them to experience the freedoms that I had. I want them to know what it's like at one point in time where you go to work and you say, you go to work and you get to go on your vacations. I don't even think people are going on vacations. I mean, Democrats are going on vacations left and right. They talking about how, hey, they made so much money off Biden than they ever have. Well, I don't know. Were you part of the corruption? I mean, I'm just asking. But listen to the American people. Our voices, you know, it feels like it's going on deaf ears. Do you guys feel that way? Do you feel like it's just kind of completely going on deaf ears? We continuously speak, we're saying, we're talking, and everybody's like, well, Trump's fixing to get in office and things are going to change. Yes, I know that, guys. I know that. But my concern is between now and then. $1 billion. That should tear your ass up. That should piss you off to no end. $1 billion to Africa, it's just an investment is all it is. That's all they're trying to do. At the end of the day, that's it. I can't with this government, y'all, anymore. I'm just sick to death of it. I mean, I'm really looking forward to get the hell out. We're in December. We're almost, what, a month away. But guys, a lot can happen in a month. And the people in North Carolina, don't forget about them. Don't forget about them. Do you hear them talking anything? Yes, Trump, I'm glad you got your cabinet sitting up, but there's more news being talked about your cabinet members than people that are dying, people that are freezing, people that are hungry in North Carolina and Eastern Tennessee. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. You guys want that land so damn bad that you're willing to let lives be lost, which don't get me started on the hurricane in Appalachian Mountains. Ain't no damn way. No damn way. There was a hurricane in Appalachian Mountains. It was created. It started and it formed, but man helped it. Man helped it along. That's all I'm gonna say on there, because I have lost 10 accounts in this last week. I am so shadow banned on every platform, everywhere. I have 5 working accounts on that stupid ass Talk app. And you know, every single one of them has got account warnings, and I'm fixing to lose every single one of those accounts. So, hey, you guys gonna have to hear me yell and scream and push it out here, because I'm getting silenced everywhere I go. X doesn't silence me. Rumble doesn't silence me. And I don't get silenced here. But that is it. Everywhere else, I'm getting shadow banned and shut down left and right. And you know, I'm so tired of it. I'm exhausted. I'm on my 70th account on TikTok alone. I'm actually getting to where I'm going through an account a day. And all I got to do, I could post a video of my wall right here and it would get taken down. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this government. I'm sick of the censorship. I'm sick of every single freaking bit of it. I'm damn American. My dad fought in the army. And my grandfather. This is wrong. This is wrong for the American people. It really is. But Adam Schiff, he wants to put a new bill in place. I'll give you one guess what the bill's about.
So the president's pardon of Scooter Libby, Congressman, has inspired you to propose new legislation. What exactly would it do?
What it would do is say that in the event the president pardons anyone in an investigation in which the president is a witness, a subject, or the target, those investigative files will all be turned over to the Congress. The Congress ought to know whether the president is using the pardon power to obstruct justice. The American people have a right to know. I think it is clearly constitutional. It doesn't prohibit him from granting a pardon, even a pardon he shouldn't grant. But it does say that we will be able to at least find out whether the president is using this power to shield himself from liability.
It offers transparency at the very least.
It's a transparency, my ass. Democrats, you only know one-sided. Your way or no way. Your way or no way. And you guys are above the law. You guys are above the law. It's that simple. You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit. Now, I've made some neat Democrat friends over the course of the last 4 years. But when Trump won, they kind of really showed their true colors. You know, they was messaging me and saying mean and hurtful things. But you can only allow something to hurt me if I allow it to hurt me. So fuck off, Democrats. Just fuck off. I'm sick of it. You don't want to get on the train. I ain't talking about a Trump train. I'm talking about the right train. I'm talking about America's train. That's what I'm talking about. America being saved. Get on that train and help people. But no, you guys living it up. Y'all just keep going on and living your shit up. I can't wait till Kash Patel gets in there. But something that was interesting to me that I come across was, well, actually, there's 2 videos. Okay, The View. The View. That show should be completely canceled. I swear, should be canceled. They spread so much misinformation. Hey, Whoopi, hey, Sonny, hey, all the rest of you that sat on that panel. If Trump was such a bad man and was going to do all these things that you guys said he was going to do, why are you still on the show? Are you going to hop on a plane and get your little asses out of the country too, like the rest of them are running because of the Diddy list? Yeah, you know who's on that list, and they start jumping ship. You know exactly who's on that list. Absolutely. But what do you guys think about this?
New details about that Trump-Trudeau dinner from two people who were at the table. We are told that when Trudeau told President-elect Trump that new tariffs would kill the Canadian economy, Trump joked to him that if Canada can't survive without ripping off the U.S. to the tune of $100 billion a year, then maybe Canada should become the 51st state and Trudeau could become its governor. Right.
But more on that.
What do y'all think about that? Tucker's already been saying, we're coming to liberate you, Canada. We're coming to liberate you. I know I've got some Canadian friends, and they actually are like, hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. But I guess we'll just wait and see. They take something and they make such a huge thing about it. But here's the backup plan I was telling you about with the contingency plans of what they plan to do with money and stuff before Trump gets in office, or possibly even after he gets in office.
Now we're just having to get the money out as fast as possible before they come in and like stop. It truly feels like we're on the Titanic and we're throwing like gold bars off the top edge.
Who are the gold bars going to?
Nonprofits, states, tribes. We gave them the money because it was harder. If it was a government-run program, they could take the money away if Trump won, and because it was a insurance policy against Trump winning. Until the Trump people come in and tell us we can no longer give out money. I do environmental, climate, policy things.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Is that here? That stuff is here?
I mean, because I do like federal government climate things. Well, I have been doing that. But that might change. But
why?
So look at the EPA. So a lot is going to change.
Amazing.
So I do. Do you know the Inflation Reduction Act? Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, Biden's climate law.
Yes.
Yeah. So I do IRA implementation. I work with like Biden appointees. The money that we've given out like tens of billions of dollars, like over the last year. Over the last year, we've given out like $50 billion.
$50 million?
Billion with a B.
$50 billion.
Yes, for climate things. So like to go work for one of these places, I think would be really cool.
What are the places that you've given them to?
It's only been a few weeks, so it's a little early. But like green banks. So they're like nonprofit institutions that are like making it more financially feasible to build renewables, to do like climate projects. I do implementation now. So I do like how do you spend $100 billion? How do you make sure that like they're the proper, well, until recently, how do you make sure the proper like processes are in place to like prevent fraud and to prevent abuse and like ensure that like we are funding like good paying jobs and that sort of stuff. Now it's just how to get the money out as fast as possible before they come in and like stop.
Really?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah. To an extent, just like within reason.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Why not? Because if it's not gonna.
Basically, that's where it all is now. I mean, now it all is like. It truly feels like we're on the Titanic and we're throwing like gold bars off the top edge.
Does it really? You kind of feel weird.
It's weird. I mean, it's not good vibes. It's not good. I mean, everyone's very sad.
Who are the gold bars going to?
Nonprofits, states, tribes, cities.
Yeah. Anything like in the news that I would know of?
Not yet.
Like any organization, like.
Well, they're all local. A lot of them are small, not like local nonprofits. This is like a big thing that most of the stuff we funded, but the thing that we haven't funded yet are like the local nonprofit program that like was going to be like a Kamala Harris administration program. So now we're just like getting it as quick as possible.
Right. Yeah. The tune of $50 billion.
No, it's like $2 billion at this point. But yeah, we've got most of it up. Like 90% is out. But
wow. And what happens if they try to stop it? They can't?
When they come in, if you haven't gotten out the door, then they can stop it.
You got like 2 months. If they don't get it out by a certain date, what's that date?
It's the inauguration, the 20th. It's renewed on the 20th of January. Yeah.
So you can work right down to the minute.
It's probably like a little after noon, but yeah, it's basically noon. Yeah.
Hey, throw a couple billion here or there.
It's until the Trump people come in and tell us we can no longer give out money.
Wow.
So that's at the very earliest, it's noon on the 20th, and it's probably a little bit after because they have to get in the building and tell people what to do.
Will they come in and stop?
Yeah, like I think they will. I think they will come in and they will issue an order that like all grants have to stop. EPA can't give any money out until we reevaluate anything, and then they'll say we're reevaluating it, and then Congress will say we're stopping this entirely, and they'll pass a law that says all this money doesn't exist anymore that you wanted to give out. No, I think we gave them the money because it was harder. If it was a government-run program, they could take the money away. No. If Trump won, and because it was a insurance policy against Trump winning. So like these are basically like nonprofit institutions that will cover the entire country. They could have been a government agency, but because they aren't, they're safer from Republicans taking the money away.
You guys are like saving the world, literally.
I don't know if we are, but like, we're throwing gold bars off at Titanic. Yeah.
You're doing what?
We're throwing gold bars off at Titanic. That's all we can say. We're doing. I don't know if we're saving it, but we're getting the money out.
Throwing gold bars off the Titanic. So they're purposely just throwing money in these Green New Deals, in these cities, and these tribes, and these frivolously giving these grants out until Trump can come in and say, stop. Did you hear it? He said, and then Congress will say, we're going to stop it now. Does this infuriate you like it infuriates me? Does it want to make you throw everything that you got at the wall? I need to go to one of those places where, you can break plates and shit like that. And oh my God, this should infuriate you guys. Think about how hard you've been living. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. Thank you. You have a pleasant evening too, sweetie. This should infuriate you. They're just throwing money away, just purposely doing it. They want to offset everything when Trump comes in, and then they can complain the whole entire time because of this is what they've done when Trump was coming in. And guys, one man, okay, it took 4 years to get here and we moved fast. It's not all going to be fixed. So what they're doing is going to be detrimental to the American people, even after Trump is in office. So I don't hear any of these bitches complaining and going off on Trump because you know what, Democrats? You guys set the tone. You guys are the ones doing the bullshit as we speak. You guys are the ones who are throwing money in every direction. It's you. It is you. Hey, Ted. Welcome in, everyone. Everyone on X, I appreciate you guys. Please like, follow, and share if you're on X. I really would appreciate that. But this should infuriate you because they're purposely doing this. My God. He even said it himself. It's like throwing gold bars off the Titanic. He's telling you, we're just throwing it out there just to be throwing it so we can just did it. He said it himself. Well, they'll come through saying, how can I spend $100 billion? How can I spend $100 billion? Where can I just throw it? And it doesn't need. I'd be like conservative Ant right now. Fuck this shit. Man, this should piss you off to no end. This should rile your ass up. It should make you call your congressman every single hour on the hour, every 30 minutes, and leave him a message. your senators, every single one of them, throwing money away like that. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. Here's the view when I was going to show you with Adam Kissinger.
Kind of piggybacking on this, despite Trump's personal attacks against you and promises of retribution, not to mention many death threats that you have received since you have been speaking out, you say that you have zero fear of Donald Trump. Why?
Look,
how, I should say.
I've been to war, okay? Donald Trump, I'm not trying to just be partisan shots here. He is a small, weak man who is scared to death of people. He's scared to death of strong people. And so for me, I refuse to be intimidated. I didn't break the law. All I did was get answers for the American people. If you want to come after me, you have to make something up. And by the way, if you make something up, I'm going to use that and become twice the pain in your backside that I ever have been if you're going to come after me for no reason. And the American people won't stand for it. They may have elected Donald Trump, but they still want the law and the justice system to work as it should.
Yeah, Kissinger, just like you and Cheney had on the January 6th committee, huh? Just like you. Yeah, you better be scared, you little. Oh. The more I watch this shit, the more research I do. I've deep dived in a lot of these things. And man, this is our only silver lining. And, you know, that's why Adam's acting the way he is, because Kash Patel's coming in. I'm not saying Kash Patel is God. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying we're getting things positioned in the correct fashion to where the law can be enforced. What should have been going on and happening is fixing to start happening.
What is the culpability for that?
Yeah, 4 FISA warrants starting at the end of September 2016. And I couple the issue is sort of metastasized by the Clinton campaign, and Robbie Mook testified to this in court, the former Clinton campaign manager, that Hillary Clinton herself knew it, authorized it, and they leaked that false information to the media to try to gin up attention against Donald Trump. So they were working in the media and they were working in the FBI pursuant to Hellman's testimony. And those two forces combined with the Steele dossier to launch a unlawful FISA warrant. And that's some of the most damning testimony from this week. And it's got to go, as I've said before, all roads lead to Andy McCabe, the deputy director, and the Lovebirds in their office concocting an insurance plan in August of 2015. And I think John Durham.
And see, he's right. That's all they can do is lie, cheat, and steal. Lie, cheat, and steal. So I'm anxious to see what Kash can do, what he's going to do. It's about time. But I know the media, they're quite scared. They don't like the fact that Kash is coming up. And we've got congressmen that are saying they're going to try to vote against this.
And number two now, Kash Patel. And Kash Patel, of course, is a person who infamously said he was going to jail reporters and journalists and news people who did not go along with the 2020 election conspiracy theory. It's not even because he's an ideologue. It's because he seems, according to this piece and everything we've seen, singularly focused on exacting revenge on people who did not carry through on Donald Trump's threats of retribution. And again, we will be playing the clip in a minute where he promises to arrest journalists and reporters and news people who refused to go along with the 2020 Stop the Steal conspiracy theories.
Kash Patel, perceived by many to be deeply dangerous because he has indeed, as you note, no qualifications for this job. Many of Trump's former aides said as much 4 years ago. But Patel, I'm told, and I'm talking to people in the orbit the last couple of days, there is no ideology. There's no agenda here other than retribution. Patel's one defining characteristic is that he is simply loyal to Donald Trump.
Kash Patel is not just controversial among media outlets. He's not just controversial among Republican senators. He is controversial inside Trump's own orbit. If somebody threatens the Constitution, if somebody threatens the First Amendment, if somebody threatens the basic Bill of Rights, it does not matter whether you have to say no to one of those or two of those or three of those. You know, the founders did not write that the Senate had the advise and consent power for maybe one and a half dangerous selections. No, got that for as many as you need. And by the way, this is not just uniformly vote no against everybody that Donald Trump puts up. I think everybody agrees that Marco Rubio, though not a Democrat selection, certainly is within the framework of somebody who could be Secretary of State, who knows the issues, who works with people on both sides, who may be an effective Secretary of State. Same thing with the Treasury Director. Same thing with the Treasury Director. But not this. Play it again.
We will go out and find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
Yeah, and we're putting you on notice. This is not only bad for the men and women who run the FBI. This is not only bad for the rule of law. This is not only bad for the First Amendment. This is not only bad for the United States of America. This is bad for Donald Trump. This is bad for the Trump administration. This is not going to end well. So I think the best case scenario for everybody is that Kash Patel and this talk of Kash Patel ends like the Matt Gaetz nomination ended. Because this will not go well for anybody. And I still believe there will be 4 Republican senators who will not vote to confirm somebody who says he's going to throw judges in jail, he's going to throw bureaucrats in jail, he's going to throw reporters in jail who did not go along with the 2020 Stop the Steal conspiracy theory. And by the way, just got word the Wall Street Journal did write about this.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to that.
They don't like it.
No.
Looks to me like you're a little scared, aren't you there, little man? Little man. He's terrified. And he didn't say it like that. If you broke the law and you've conspired, he didn't say, well, if you don't go along with it, you see how they twist things and then put their little spin on it? He didn't say that. He's about honor, integrity, which is something that MSN and all these other outlets and CNN, they have none. You guys have zero integrity, no foundation, no structure. You guys just pull something up out of the air, add to it, and push misinformation and lies constantly, consecutively. That's what you're known for. You guys are getting paid through the infrastructure bill. You guys are getting money in your pockets to push the narratives that need to be pushed by that government that's in there. It's that simple. It's that simple. Well, everyone, thank you for sitting with me tonight and hearing me go off. And I'm just so pissed at what they're doing. But I appreciate you guys so very much. But please like, following, share. We'll be back on here tomorrow night. And as always, everyone, stay safe. Have a good day. Say your prayer. Say your prayer for the country because the country needs it. And as always, Country Crazy out.